At the edge of a sleepy village, where wildflowers leaned over cobbled paths and time moved slower than the wind, stood a forgotten gate. It was made of old stone and iron, weathered by years of rain and silence. People passed it without thinking, for beyond it lay only an overgrown path and a forest. No one entered any more. But just beneath the arch, resting upon a mossy stone, was a small brass lantern. No one remembered who had placed it there or when it first began to glow, but each night, without fail, the lantern lit itself, casting a warm golden light that flickered patiently into the dark. They called it the waiting lantern. Children made up stories about it. Some said it was enchanted, others believed it held the soul of a traveller long lost. Elders simply shook their heads and said, "It waits for someone who never came home." Yet no one truly knew why the lantern burned or what it hoped for. It never moved, it never dimmed. It just waited, night after night, year after year, like a quiet promise hanging in the dark. Long ago, before the village had forgotten, a little boy named Emil lived in a cottage near the gate. His father was a wanderer, a healer who travelled far and wide, helping those in distant towns. Emil adored him. Before every journey, his father would kneel beside him and say, "One day I'll return. When I do, I'll look for the light at the gate. Keep it lit for me, Emil, no matter how long it takes." And so Emil did. Each evening, as dusk slipped over the hills, he lit the lantern. At first he did it with joy, humming songs as he waited by the road. But as the seasons passed and the letters stopped coming, that joy turned into something else, something quieter. A waiting filled with hope and ache. Neighbours would pass by and gently tell Emil to move on, that perhaps his father had found a new home, or worse, that he might never return. But Emil would only nod and return to the gate as the sky darkened, striking the match with steady hands. "He promised," he'd whisper, "and I promised too." Time marched forward. Emil grew older. He no longer ran through the fields or splashed in puddles. He learned to mend shoes and fix roofs, to plant seeds and care for the sick, just as his father had. But still, every night, no matter the weather, he lit the lantern. Rain soaked his coat, snow numbed his fingers. Summer gnats buzzed in his ears. But the lantern never failed to glow, and Emil never failed to be there. Even when his eyes grew tired and his back ached, he would sit by the gate and whisper into the shadows, "Come home." The village changed. New houses rose, children grew. Many forgot the story of the boy and the lantern. To them, it was just a quaint old light,